Have you heard the story of the pandemic known as the Black Death? The Black Death, also known as the bubonic plague, was one of the deadliest pandemics in human history. It struck Europe in the mid-14th century, peaking between 1347 and 1351. The plague originated in Asia and spread to Europe through trade routes. Fleas carried by rats on merchant ships are believed to have been the primary vectors of the disease. The Black Death had horrifying symptoms, including fever, chills, vomiting, diarrhea, terrible aches and pains, and then, in short order, death. The most notorious symptom was the appearance of buboes, swollen and painful lymph nodes in the groin, armpits, or neck, which oozed pus and bled. The disease spread rapidly and killed its victims within days. It wiped out an estimated 25 to 30 million people in Europe, roughly one-third of the continent's population at the time. The sheer scale of the death toll had profound social, economic, and cultural impacts. Entire communities were decimated, leading to labor shortages and a breakdown in feudal systems. The scarcity of workers meant that surviving peasants could demand better wages and living conditions. The church's influence weakened as people began to question why a merciful God would allow such a catastrophe. This shift in belief systems contributed to the end of the medieval period and the beginning of the Renaissance. Uh, in response to the plague, cities implemented quarantine measures, though understanding of disease transmission was rudimentary. Ships arriving from infected ports were isolated, and homes of the sick were often sealed up. The Black Death also led to widespread persecution of minorities. Jewish communities, in particular, were scapegoated and accused of poisoning wells, leading to violent pogroms. The Black Death left an indelible mark on art and literature. The macabre themes of death and the fragility of life became prevalent. Notable works include Giovanni Boccaccio's The Decameron, which tells the story of a group of people fleeing the plague. The plague also contributed to medical advancements. The necessity of dealing with such a widespread illness spurred developments in public health and early epidemiology.